Do you remember this game? Does anyone remember this game? Anyone? Maybe? No? Maybe? I wanted to make this video to clear up some confusion. There has been a lot of confusion between the like half dozen of us that make up the TRDS community. So I just wanted to put this out there regarding some new information around Totally Reliable Delivery Service. First, check out the Steam page. You can see here, November 24th, 2021. We have some things for us to nominate. Okay? They ported it to Linux. And then here are all the big updates. You remember these? Remember the one, where did it go? Up here? This one. This one that changed all the graphics. And they had all the little video that showed the graphics differences. And everyone hated that. I remember everyone hated that. And then they added the ghosts. They didn't have an announcement for that. They just kind of added them. And they never got rid of them. And everyone hates the ghosts as well. So, recently, keep in mind, this is 2021. The last major updates were in 2021. That's 4 years ago, as of right now. Could be longer, depending on when you're watching this. That's a long time. And, you know, with a crappy kind of game like this, and I hate to say it, love the game. No, I'm going to say it, I love it, but it is kind of a crappy game. You kind of expect it to die off, as it did, and then to stay dead. That's a thing that most things do. They don't usually come back to life. That's a bit unusual, for people as well. But in this case, we've got some new news on the Steam page. This is official. This isn't speculation. There's going to be speculation later. We'll get into that. This is official. Check this out. Go all the way up, the nominations. May 14th, 2025. It is the year 2025 currently. It might be a different year for you guys, maybe 2026. Hopefully not 2024, because I'm posting this in 2025, so that would be a little odd if you're watching it in 2024 somehow. But we have this announcement. Infogrames announces major update, new DLCs, and physical distribution for TRDS. So Infogrames was picked up by Atari. And Atari, that's a pretty big name. That's like good old 1900s gaming right there. Atari is old. And so to hear that name, of all the companies that could pick up Totally Reliable Delivery Service, to have it be Atari, that's crazy. Infogrames, apparently I did a little bit of research, as in like read a couple comments, and it sounds like Infogrames is also a pretty old name, also from the 1990s, early 2000s, whatnot. And these old titans of the industry are coming back to pick up, and you can tell they've stooped to new lows because they're picking up Totally Reliable Delivery Service and updating it. Anyways, I'm happy about it. The whole situation here seems very, very strange. So let's click on this and we'll just kind of take a peek through it. Here's the video we're going to be checking out in a minute. This is kind of the announcement video. There's some stuff to dive into here, a couple little details that are worth noticing. So it's a free update that they're adding. It's going to unify features. One of the most commonly asked questions over on the Discord is Totally Reliable Delivery Service cross-platform? The answer is no. The answer now is going to be yes. It's going to unify features across PC, console, and mobile versions, and adds cross-platform play and leaderboards. We already had that, but cross-platform leaderboards, I think it's specifying. So we have Infogrames, subsidiary of Atari, which is announcing the major update. Infogrames got picked up by Atari, I think only a little while ago. I'm not sure, I could be wrong on that. All I know is what's here, really. Yeah, okay, good stuff. 2 need DLCs, native versions for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S, and physical distribution for Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. So if you're on the Nintendo Switch or the PlayStation 5, you're going to get that physical distribution, which I wonder if it's going to sell, honestly. I wonder if there's any kind of money in this at this point. There's like only a couple people active on the Discord, so it's very strange to see the game being picked up and actually having changes made to it. We also have new DLC, so these are updates that are not going to be free, and it looks like they're pretty much costume events with a couple, 10 exactly, new delivery missions each. And 5 new multiplayer events. Wow, for some reason I thought it was less than that. 5 is a lot for each DLC. Because as of right now, I think we only have like 5 total, at least on the Steam version. The Xbox and other console versions have less. So you can see we have these costumes. This is not what they're going to look like in-game. This is art. This isn't actually through the game engine. Pre-order begins today for the physical versions, $29.99 USD. Okay, it's going to include the 2 DLCs, all content from prior DLCs, and the original version, so that's a pretty decent price. It is up from like the on sale that we've gotten the past couple of years. Of course, the game's been selling very cheap the past couple of years, but the price is going to be ramped up as they start updating it again. So it might be worthwhile to pick it up now. I don't know if they've already changed the prices. I haven't checked the store page. It gives you a little blurb about T.R.D.S. Okay, first release in April 2020, and we have our little piece by Geoffrey. I'm not going to say that, by the manager of Infogrames. He says, "We purchased totally reliable delivery service with the goal of building upon the game's early access and expanding distribution. I am thrilled that we have been able to fulfill that goal and can now bring an improved and expanded experience to both existing fans and new players." So as of right now, all we really know from this, anyways, I'm not including the video, is that they're adding 2 new DLCs, which are just costume and delivery packs, a couple events. I don't think they're going to be adding new islands. There was nothing in the video about new islands, so these are going to be DLCs that are exclusively just costumes and deliveries. I believe they're only $2.99 though, so it's quite reasonable, I think. And then they're also going to be adding cross-platform, so basically the console versions are going to be getting the Steam update, if you want to call it that, and everything is going to be the Steam version. With the Steam graphics, we're going to have some good old ambient occlusion and all that fancy stuff. Moving on to the video, though, we get a little bit more information on some changes that are being made that are separate from just unifying the game and releasing DLCs. So there are some other little features that really do affect the base game. So let's take a look at this. We're in HD. I want to make sure we're in HD. Okay, whatever. So you can see the new guy in the costume. Hold on a minute. Can I? Okay. We're gonna pull this up on YouTube. Okay, here's the announcement trailer in 1080p. I think we can do better than like whatever 360 or whatever it was before. Let's take a peek at this. Infogrames logo. I love the armadillo thing. You can see we get a glimpse of the new costume here. So take a peek at this. This is what the costume's actually going to look like in the game, like, engine. It's neat. Some neat 3D work. I'm not sure what this is. Apparently a lot of these costumes are based off of old Atari games, Infogrames stuff. So we're going to be getting a bunch of basically references to all sorts of other stuff that I have no idea about because I never really got into any of that stuff. It'll be kind of similar to like when we got the Hello Neighbor skin, and was there another skin? I don't remember. Anywho, let's continue here. So another new costume here. There's a hot dog costume, it looks like. And take a peek at this. Wild Skies. That's a competitive. So Wild Skies competitive. So we have a competitive sky-based event, so I don't know how that's going to work, if there are going to be multiple airplanes or what the heck. But this, I don't believe this is currently in the Steam version, so this is going to be new. We also have like a tiger costume here. Okay. There's the hot dog. Love that. That's awesome. Okay. Hold on a minute. I think we might have missed something here. Take a peek at this. See that there? That's new. Haven't seen that before. So that's it's new. Let's continue. Let's move on. Bigger player lobbies. Right, they're upping it to 5-player lobbies. Whereas before it was 4, now you can have 5 players and break the game even more. It's going to be lovely. If you get everyone in a truck together, it will lag out the game so quickly. Unbelievable. Really looking forward to that. Continue. Okay, got a couple more looks at the characters. Of course, cross-platform multiplayer. They're showing that off. New sandbox modes. This is going to be like the Steam version, where there's a sandbox mode and there's a progression play. So basically, expect all your progress to be reset, but you can get it back with sandbox mode. I know a lot of people on console versions were complaining that their progress was all reset and they had to unlock all the areas on the map now. For those people, you can now just select free play, and you'll have everything unlocked. So for people who, a lot of people I think quit the game because they didn't want to have to unlock all the islands and all the vehicles on the island and everything. Now you don't have to. So that's going to be lovely. Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on. I didn't really take a look at this before. Checking the map. So I'm not seeing any new islands. I'm also not seeing any new symbols. These, I don't know if I recognize these lightning bolts. I'm sure they were in the game before this. Anyway, no major changes being made to the map at this point in time. New power-ups. It's showing us the wings here. That's not new. It's showing us the jump boots. That's not new. And it's not showing us anything else, so I don't know, maybe the new power-ups have not been actually implemented fully yet, and they couldn't show them off, or maybe they're not actually adding new power-ups. You never really know with these kind of things. That's something we'll have to see when it comes out. I did look through this video a couple times, and I didn't see anything actually showing new power-ups or new power-up stations, but we do have like these extra events, right? So there's like the whatever it was, event that I talked about before with the airplanes. And those things might allow you to unlock new power-ups. As well as the DLCs could include new power-ups, because I know the earlier DLCs that we had, think like stunt sets and whatnot, they did come with power-ups. Let's continue. Unique new challenges. Okay, check this out. So we did a video, me and Brocool, a while back, on the channel where we played Flood Totally Reliable Delivery Service, Flood Turds. We flooded the whole map. That's what this is. It currently is a Steam exclusive event where you can flood the whole map, and this is going to be coming to Xbox, PlayStation, whatever Linux, whatever the Nintendo one is, the Switch. That's what that's called, and mobile. Not sure how mobile is going to handle the fancy new graphics, but we'll see when that comes out. I don't think this game is perfectly optimized necessarily, so it could cause some problems. We'll see. So yeah, you can flood the whole map. 30 new costumes, showing off some of those now, and way more. Oh, hold on. That's something worth taking a peek at. Did you guys catch that? Do you hear that sound? It's like a kettle boiling. See that? Something just exploded there. So those explosives used to be exclusive to downtown. There's a tall building in downtown. You can activate the laser barrage event, and they blow up there. They may have moved that to Windy Butte, or they may just have random explosions or something. I don't know where this fits in, but I've never seen that happen on Windy Butte before. Windy Butt, as Brocool likes to call it. So that's new. That's interesting. It's worth looking at anyways. Worth pausing the video for, apparently. Let's continue. Okay. And we have our nice little closing scene. Definitive Edition coming soon. All right. So it's going to release on all of these platforms. We got a bunch of copyright info. We're 5 games. That I didn't notice the last couple times I watched through this. So it's nice to know that the We're 5 Games company still exists. I'm assuming We're 5 Games either has been picked up by Infogrames or Atari, because it was initially owned by TinyBuild, which TinyBuild, of course, sold to Infogrames. It's a whole very confusing web of ownerships and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. I would love to start hearing from the We're 5 Games developers again on the Discord server, because I know they went quiet for a long time. Not sure why. Maybe there's just nothing to do based on the game. Maybe they had to be quiet because they were planning this whole Atari sale and they didn't want to say anything. I'm not sure. Anywho, big ol' update. I hope that clears up the confusion. We are going to have cross-platform play, and I should mention this is going to be released in the summer. And let me just check my notes here. I think, yeah, so the DLCs are going to likely be released later than the actual like free update that everyone's going to get. And where do I have this? September 12th at the latest. So we're going to get the DLCs and the hard copies, physical copies, by September 12th at the latest. And then I believe that the actual like summer update that everyone's going to get that introduces cross-platform play is going to come before that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing here. If you have any questions, stick them in the comments and I will try to reply. I know I'm usually late on comments, but I'll check back here and there over the next couple of weeks, just so I can get back to any of you guys who have any questions about anything. This does mean I'm going to be back on the Discord server a little more, so come join me over there, and we can chat about T.R.D.S stuff. If you need any help with anything, I'd be happy to help you out. I know tons of people have trouble with achievements not popping, with connection issues, with certain stuff with the controls, simple controls and that, so I've helped a few people out with that, and I'd be happy to help you. And if you can help me also, that would be amazing. If you know anything about the game that I don't, if I've missed anything, please let me know. Yeah, I think that's everything I have to say, and I hope you guys are as excited for this as I am, all like 3 of you. We'll see. Maybe they'll make some sales. Maybe the game will keep doing its thing for a little while. I think we're going to see the multiplayer servers come back. I know there were some problems with that. I think they'd shut down in the last little while, so hopefully we get our multiplayer back and we can bring the game back to life. Expect a couple more videos on the channel. I know I'm an Amazing Frog only channel now, but while I am focusing mostly on Amazing Frog, and I do have a lot to focus on, developers are very active and I have a lot to keep up on, I will definitely be making a couple of videos, maybe with Bro Cool, if I can get him, on the new Totally Reliable Delivery Service updates. Anywho, hope this was useful for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that happens to be.